First, giving all honor, praises, and thanks to the omnipotent God of creation. Whatever name you may personally recognize him by, whether you might call him Yahuwah, Allah, God, Jah, my divine prayer, whether you be Buddhist, Hindu, Christian, Muslim, what have you, that whatever it is that you observe and you practice, it would cause you to be in harmony with your brother and with one another. For as we've been taught, how can one claim to love God yet hate his brother? My name is Gamariyahu Ben Yehuda. Most places around the world, that's how I'm known. I was born with another name. That name was Tom Outland. Nothing I can do about that at this point. However, I'm your host, and I'd like to call this segment Something to Say, because we do in fact have something to say to our people and to the world about situations that impact upon the condition and the welfare of our people in whatever form they may be found. And our people, just to get this clear, is all people. We understand and we recognize that science has acknowledged that the oldest living bones of humanity have been found in Northeast Africa. There have been numerous articles, numerous scientific journals, numerous publications that acknowledge the fact that all men, whether white, whether yellow, red, brown, black, whatever that is, that all life began in Africa. This would in fact make all people African. Now, we'll table the discussion on the name of Africa and Africans. We'll use that as a designation for all of us to understand what we're talking about. However, for those of you who would care to research further, and we will discuss this at a point in time further, but the original name for the continent that we now call Africa was not in fact Africa, excuse me. The Bible actually calls it Eden, which is meaning that the Garden of Eden is not a place that we would look somewhere beyond the clouds to find, but we could in fact find Northeast Africa to be that garden. We'll give teachings upon that point at a different time, but for this particular time we want to talk about Something to Say. Something to Say is a segment where we will explore various historical, social, spiritual, cultural, all elements that gain our interest as they impact upon the people. And what we would like to do is teach, talk, and tell the truth. Not in accordance with the truth as I as an individual interpret it, but as the recorded information that we have to date will cause us to come to a conclusion, come to a general consensus, and then we will rely on the Holy Spirit, the spirit of understanding, spirit of knowledge, wisdom, truth, and seeking to impart and seeking to gain truth. We will rely on that spirit to guide us. Now, as we do these segments, Something to Say, we know that in some instances they say that truth hurts. We also know that truth helps. So if by any chance we would happen to offend anyone by speaking the truth, know beyond a shadow of a doubt that we cannot apologize, we cannot feel any type of remorse for speaking the truth as it has been revealed to us, because those that are bound by a lie will be consumed by a lie. And right now, as of this year, this date that we're speaking, which is 2013, according to the Gregorian calendar, okay? Not according to the Mayan calendar, not according to the Aztec calendar, not according to the Hebrew calendar, but according to the Gregorian calendar. We'll come back to that. 2013. We live in a time today where the world is revolving upon the axis of a lie. And not just one lie, but a whole network of misconceptions, misunderstandings, outright lies, misdirections, what have you, to cause people to not be able to put the pieces of the puzzle together. So with something to say, what we would hope to be able to do is to help to put the pieces of the puzzle together in a way that makes sense, not just to one small segment of the population, but something that could make sense to people in Nicaragua, something that can make sense to people in Accra, Ghana, in Johannesburg, in Dimona, Israel, in wherever the brothers and sisters who desire to know, live, and are seeking to activate the power that is contained within the truth to regenerate, to replenish, to help to set things back in order, set things back in their proper state of what they should be. So, something to say. As we said before, we humbly will do our best to bring to you the truth. We've been taught by His Excellency, the Honorable Ben Ami, that truth has the inherent power to produce the promised effects. For those of you who do not know who Ben Ami is, we'll come back to that. However, every person on the face of the planet needs to know who this man is and who the African Hebrew Israelites of Jerusalem are, because in my estimation, where Alex Haley's story of roots ended, in that they made the connection back into the homeland, which was Africa, well, Ben Ami and those who have been connected with the movement, they went back home. They didn't just make the connection. They left America in 1967. But that's not what we're here to talk about at this particular time. But as I was quoting him, that truth has the inherent power to produce the promised effects. So that's just a brief description of what we're seeking to do with something to say.